Capricorn, welcome to your reading today. Let's talk about your Capricorn. Let's get into this. So we're going to do a what's next. Let's see what's next. Let's see what's coming towards you. Let's see what you can expect. We have a little, truth be told, okay? Could be a truth coming out. The truth be told is seeing the truth behind a mask. Could be reading between the lines. It could literally be the truth or a confession, or it could be you seeing the truth of a situation or a person. Let's find out. What's next, Capricorn? What's coming towards you? The Eight of Swords. Chihuahua. A lot of thinking. How's this going to make Capricorn feel? How is it affecting you? The Four of Pentacles. And actions to take. How are you going to move forward? How does Spirit suggest you move forward? A lot of cards that spit out here. Like, what the heck? Okay. Okay. King of Swords. Magician. Queen of Wands. The Ten of Swords is in reverse. The Three of Swords. The Hangman. And the Tower. We'll get there. The overall energy is the Empress. What's up, Empress? Five of Wands. Conflicted, arguing, conflict, competition, rising above the competition. I think it might be a conflict here, Capricorn. Let's see. The Eight of Swords is what's next. So definitely anxiety, worry, overanalyzing. Sorry, guys. We have, I don't know if you can hear Wally barking in my neighborhood. We have a, what kind of dog is Beethoven? The really big dogs are giants. I can't remember the type of dog Beethoven is, but he's really big, and because Wally was attacked by the pit bull and the Cane Corso, he's really scared of big dogs, so he barks whenever they walk by the house. Even though Wally's a big guy, there's not a lot of dogs bigger than him, but that Beethoven dog is bigger. So sorry if you hear Wally barking. The Ten of Pentacles, the Strength, the Three of Swords, the Lovers, and the Ten of Swords, it's what's next. You're wondering if you should end a relationship, a connection, or a friendship. You have a decision to make. I'm going to see what happens to put you in this position, but the Ten of Swords is here, so you're going to feel very betrayed. You're seeing the truth behind a person, Capricorn, and they make you feel like you need to end the friendship. What do they do? What happens? What do they do? What happens here? Why is Capricorn... They say something. Whoa. The Ace of Pentacles. They say something. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Pentacles. This is just realizing you guys aren't on the same page. For some of you, if this is your partner, you could deal with money very differently. I'll just use myself as an example. When I was 20, my first boyfriend, though my first live-in boyfriend, I was the type of person, like when I got paid, I paid my bills. And he was the type of person, though, when he got paid, he'd buy his alcohol, his smokes, his this, that, and then whatever he had left, he'd put like $10 on the cell phone bill, so we just dealt with money differently. And this could be you guys just deal with your money very, very differently. And you don't know if you can live or deal with that long term. But for some of you, I feel like it's just realizing this is lacking a foundation in the connection, friendship, relationship, whatever it is you're working on. You just realize, whoa, I see something in this person that I don't like, and I don't know if this is the right person in my life. Friend, lover, family member. You're giving a lot of attention to Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So they say something or they show you a side of themselves. I feel like they say something and it really makes you question it, right? Like maybe they're like, hey, I just took my paycheck here and I'm going to blow it and go $10,000 into debt to go to a trip to Taiwan. You're just like, why are you doing that? Like, why don't you save the money for Taiwan before you just go into debt, right? So there's just a very strong difference, Capricorn, between you and this person. And it starts to make you question this friendship, relationship, connection. The Four of Pentacles, again, that's how it makes you feel. It's like if it's your money, you're going to be like, do not touch my money. I'm not going to Taiwan with you. I'm not buying that, lazy boy couch for $17,000 over there. Not going to happen. So for some of you, you're just saying, don't touch my money, bro. But for others, what's the Four of Pentacles? I kind of feel like what's the Four of Pentacles? You're holding back until you know what you're going to do. Okay. So let's say you're, dating this person, you're in a relationship with them. You see a side of them, you don't really know if this is the right person. Until you leave the relationship or until you make your mind up, you're not going to say anything. So you're in a hold back energy. I'm going to say you're in an observance energy here, Capricorn. Was this a one-off? Was this just one thing? Was it just a mistake? Was it just a bad choice? Or is this just them? Is this how they are? So there's I'm going to hold back and observe style of energy. And for those of you where this is like money, they better not come near your money. Hide your wallet, man. Hide your wallet. All right, your actions to take, or what they suggest you do here, is a little novel. So don't say anything until you make your decision, because it'll end up hurting you more. That's the message here. Why? Because the Ten of Swords is in reverse with the Three of Swords and the Hanged Man. So they don't want you. You're doing the right thing. They don't want you to say anything. Like, they don't want you to say anything. You don't want to end it. They don't want you to say anything until you're ready to either end it or make your decision or know exactly how you feel. Because it's like, well, I don't know. Why? What will happen if they create, what? Five of Cups. The Justice is in reverse. The Four of Pentacles is in reverse. Whoa, the Nine is... Well, because if you... so let's say it's a relationship, you're uncertain, you don't really know, but you raise a stink and say, I really don't like the way that you just spoke to that waiter, or, I really don't like the way you just spoke to me. Or if it's the money, it's like, I really don't like the fact that you're trying to spend my money to go to Taiwan. They will not respond in kind at all. They'll make the decision for you, Capricorn. They'll walk out and never talk to you again. I don't think this person really is good at being questioned or good at being questioned. I guess maybe, I don't know. That's the message. So if you want it to be your choice, if you want it to be on your terms, don't say anything. Because if you say anything, or if you raise an eyebrow, they will react and it'll surprise you. And it's like they'll take your debit card because they have the PIN number and clear it out before you even have a chance to call the bank. Like, they'll do something to really betray you, and it won't turn out in your favor. So it's like you're dealing with someone a little spoiled and entitled potentially. It's like, the kid. It's like the 2-year-old doesn't get what they want, so they throw their temper tantrum, and they'll take it out on you, and you'll be really surprised. But it's not going to play out the way you want it. It's like they'll like I said, they'll spend your money, or if you live with this person, you'll be on the street and they'll lock the door on you, and you'll be like, damn, like, you don't want to put yourself in the position where they're in power and not you. That's what will happen, and you want to keep the power in your hands here so that you can leave on your terms and when you're ready and do things the way that's meant for you, not them reacting, freaking out, and then spending your money or kicking you out of the house or something crazy. That's just not going to turn in your favor. So the message is, until you fully decide what you want to do, don't give this person an inkling that you're unhappy. That's the message, Capricorn. Okay. All right, let's grab some oracles. We'll see what they want to say, and then we will jump back into the tarot. We'll do a potential outcome, and we'll see what you do, and we'll see how this plays out for you. But first of all, what do you need to surrender to? So, spirit guides, your desire to control people. So being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. And your soul's path. So your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. I do want to grab, where's my spirit animal? Here they are. One moment, Capricorn. I want to grab the spirit animal for this. What's the spirit animal message? Dragon, passion. Yeah, the dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It's also a symbol of passion and fire. You're being asked to practice self-control and to be cautious so your passion doesn't lead you into trouble. Whatever it is that the issue is with this person, if you say something or if you react prematurely, I just think they will just like overreact and be overly sensitive, and it will just kind of blow up. And you don't want that. That's not the way you want this to play out. From what I can see in the tarot. Okay, Capricorn, let's do it. Let's get to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. Whoa. And when I say outcome, let's see where you are 30 days from now. So this is being recorded at the end of May 2026. We're going to go 30 days out till June. However, it is timeless. So if you're seeing this at a different time, it'll be 30 days from when you are seeing this reading. Okay, I didn't pick the deck up upside down. Two of Cups is in reverse. Yeah, okay. The Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, there's our conversation. About the past, the Six of Cups, the Devil, there's you. Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. Okay. You're not on good terms with this person here in a month, Capricorn. I'm going to see a little bit about this conversation. I'm not sure if there's a new conversation coming up, but you just think this person's a liar, cheater, stealer, thief. You just don't like them. I'm just going to say it. You don't like this person, right? As you got to know them, the things of them, they said, whatever they do, you guys are just not on the same page and not in the same, you're just not compatible friendship-wise, lover-wise, work-wise, you're not. You think they're a liar, cheater, stealer. This is you think they're a horrible person. You maybe think they lack ethics and morals. Maybe they do. The Page of Wands, I feel like, is you expressing this. What's the Page of Wands? Yeah, there it is. You're ending it. So within the next 30 days, you'll tell this masculine energy. We do have the Empress and the Emperor here. So for many of you, this is a relationship, Capricorn, but that could be a friendship, boss, employee energy, but there's you. I'm not doing this with you anymore. I'm done. What's the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Cups? Whoa, the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Hanged Man, and the Star. It's you. It's kind of like the Six of Cups here and the Page of Pentacles is going to be a theme of your life, Capricorn. This is a life theme. You may have gone through this type of thing with a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of families, a lot of partners. This theme and what this message here is, it's like an element where you realize you do not need to sacrifice certain parts of yourself in order to be happy or to make other people happy. You don't. So whatever you were sacrificing, whether it was independence, whether it was money, there was something that you were sacrificing for this person. And I don't think it's the only time you've done it in your life because of the cards that have come out here. I think this is something that maybe you sacrifice or settle to keep the peace, out of loyalty, out of familiarity, out of stability, whatever that would be. All people do it for different reasons. And the message here and the theme of this is you don't need to sacrifice in order to be happy. You don't. And this is being authentic, this is being true, and this is being taking your power back. And there's the Wheel of Fortune, so it's time that you did that. There's the Six of Pentacles. From either selfish people or imbalanced connections, or I really get something about the money where you guys just spend your money different. And that can be a big problem. A lot of couples, well, they separate because of money. So, that's the message here. Maybe you don't have to sacrifice being broke just so your person can just live a lavish life and live above their means, right? And that could simply be the lesson. But ultimately the lesson is whatever sacrifice you are making for this person, you do not need to make it. Whatever sacrifice you've been making for people, you don't need to make that sacrifice, Capricorn. So it's taking your power back into that sovereign, independent energy and not sacrificing certain aspects of your life, certain aspects of your desires, wants, whatever that would be for someone else, if they're not making any sacrifices for you, right? Sometimes relationships are compromise and sacrifice. You do need to do that. But this isn't a relationship where they're compromising and sacrificing with you. This is one where you're making a very serious sacrifice, and that's not right to you. It's a sacrifice you don't need to make. You know that and you realize that. You end it with this person and they're not part of your life. I don't see their reaction. Did Capricorn just really handle that, nip in the bud real quick? What's their reaction? What do they do? What do they say? Do we need to know anything about that? Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords. This person, well, on the outside, what it appears to you is they're just like going to be out there enjoying your life. Like, let's say this was your partner, you moved out, you go on Facebook and you check out their profile, they're getting drunk, they're hammered, they got all these people around, they're just having a great time, they're all like, oh, life is great. But on the inside, they're dying. Like they're just having a really hard time dealing with the emotions. So this is a person that could start indulging, or this is a person that's going to start faking it so that you think that their life is just fantastic without you. But on the inside, they're really hurting. So if you can, try to resist not looking them up on social media because it's just a bunch of fake BS. Or this could just be to your face, right? They're just going to make you think that they don't care. But they do on the inside, the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. But that's their problem, not yours. There's not going to be a huge fight, huge argument, huge conflict. I think this person has a lot of pride, a lot of ego here. And when you end it, that's that. And what your spirit guides really want to highlight is to remember you don't need to sacrifice certain things for other people. And just be honest with yourself, Capricorn. That's what's next, is the ending of this connection, this friendship, this relationship. And that's really is what's best for you. You don't deserve to have to sacrifice like that, Cap. You don't. That's what I have, that's what I got, and that's what your guides want to say today. So Capricorn, I do hope you at least enjoyed your reading. I'm really sorry you're dealing with someone like that. However, what I do know is once you let that go, you won't have to deal with it again. So that's the silver lining. Let's close your reading off with your yes or no question today. What's the yes or no question, spirit guides? Okay, you ready? Not at all. Capricorn, I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.